Boy, you gotta love Antarctica. Um, kind of revisiting here. Um, I'm new to the YouTube crowd. This was a first video that I did about, a little over a week ago. But was trying to get out there, and I just said the heck with it, and I'm just doing it for myself, man. So here we are. But use all of what you see, coordinates or whatnot. I mean, the whole point here is that you can go look for yourself if you're not too lazy to do it and make up your own mind. Cell phone ain't gonna work, man. Good graphics card, computer, and then dive in. So let's go. We're gonna revisit a little spot here. Let me get oriented here. Let you see where I'm at. And I guess the closest place is Prince Harold Coast. Um, so here we go. I'm going to be pretty quick. I'm not going to go into anything over here, and as far as place marks go, I mean, I've seen this on TV and whatnot, this little cap here, there's some Chinese writing, and I'm not into doing that kind of research. That's not what I'm doing here, because I know I've seen this building. It's kind of legendary, I guess. It's in a lot of pictures, but there's a whole thing going on here. I don't care what they call it. It doesn't really much matter to me. I'm just looking. I got a 80 train rail car going underground here. You know, um, where's it going? I mean, it only goes underground. So, but one of the billion things that I've noticed, and I'm gonna show you some different ET races, all working within the same site. And here's my first example. This is a cave. This is a species that I'm really not aware of. My bad, but got a long gated head for whatever reason, but it looks like the guy's wearing overalls. And you kind of look in here a little bit, and you know, lo and behold, being I'm guessing Chinese, and within this site there's several monks that they're all wearing orange, but this one's kind of hard to make out as far as orange. It's kind of done up slightly different, but these two guys are communicating, and he, you're looking at the back of his head, you're looking at the face of this person, and I'm not sure what's up there, but I mean, here's his hand pointing a finger at what? Well, lo and behold, here's this guy flying out of the tunnel. He's on some kind of craft, levitation craft. He's flying out of the tunnel, and if you look at this backrest, and, this looks what it appears to be like, a rubber cushion headrest. He's clearly too small for the craft. So, just one question, that's all. But, it almost appears that he has something in his mouth. Perhaps they need air in here, but he's sitting Indian style, and he's on this craft, and he is flying out of this tunnel. So, not knowing what species this is, and I thought I've pretty much seen them all. You know, you move over here, I think it's maybe a couple 100 feet, and lo and behold, what do you see? You know, here's the same type of being. You know, now you can kind of see where the elongated head comes from. You know, looks like ears, but he has his arm out, and it looks like it's in some kind of whatever it is, plasma cutter, welder, torch, something. But you know, I mean, you can clearly see the splatter. I mean, you can see, you know, there's some kind of reaction going on. You know, it looks like a pipe, kind of braced up like back out a little bit like a sawhorse or something. Uh, you know, if you look behind him, I mean, I don't really know what to say about this, but every description I've ever heard, seen, saw, you know, this is a gray. And if you look behind him, um, it appears at least one, or if not, two other beings, and this one has protrusions coming out of his head. You know, I'm kind of guessing just from the vernacular that it's a reptoid of some sort, but it's just hard for me to not say that this is a gray watching this thing here blast the heck out of something. It, you know, sorry. Um, I'm going to be relatively quick because there's a billion things in here, but you know, another thing, and this whole little uh, clip is about multiple races. And if you know anything about the reptilian race, uh, sorry, I always get that wrong, the raptoid race, and the descriptions by those that have described them. You know, if you look at this and zoom in, you know, it could be a statue. I don't know, but I can clearly see, you know, what the descriptions depict. And there's plumage on this boy's head. So, um, it is what it is. You either see it or you don't, you know. Um, One last thing, and that's as far as I'm going to go with this one. But, you know, you hear of it in mythology and folklore and everything else, but here you have there a couple of bat wing type beings. And I'm going to kind of stop it at that. And the point being is that you know where it is. And if you have the resolution to actually check it out, you can see it for yourself. And I'm going to do another video and get a little bit far-fetched with just some ideology of my own that I see from the site. And one thing I need to point out before I continue is that all of what you see or that I try to point out, there's always a north and south as long as you're oriented within, you know, the area. And it doesn't really change too much here. It does in other areas where the elevation changes and the mountains and the valleys and whatnot, but it's really hard to dismiss when you put it all together. It's mind-boggling, you know. The whole point, check it out for yourself, and until next time, thanks.